Okay, Brian, number 4.
Number 4 is the person I think is the fittest to have never won the CrossFit Games. It's Cara Saunders, formerly Karma Webb, and Cara Gordon. So if you're trying to look up the totality of her competitive career, you need to check those things out. This will be
3
her
names? She was Saunders, Gordon, and then wait, what was the order her names went in?
Gordon, Webb, Saunders.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was a Gordon.
Anyway. Okay, so this will be her 9th time competing at the games. She did have to take a year off 2 years ago to give birth to her child, and she came back last year and competed in the online version, but she didn't make it to stage 1. She just missed by like 5 points advancing to the final 5 last year, so she ended up taking 8th. Her first 2 years of the games were okay, 19th and 12th. Then she had a 5th, 7th, 2nd, and 4th. She also had that year in 2014 that we already referenced where she would have finished 1st or 2nd, right up there with Camille if she was able to finish the weekend. Ultimately, she had a pinched nerve in her shoulder and wasn't able to see it through after a couple push-pull, and then the midline madness workout was just too much for her. She couldn't go on. So she's had a couple of unfortunate close calls, that being one of them. And then obviously in 2017 she only lost by 2 points to Tia. It was that epic finish on Fibonacci finale. That was a pretty heated and controversial workout because there was a 2-2-2-3 competition, because the 2-2-2-3 intervals were earlier in the day where her judge had said she could go ahead to finish, but she still had 3 more reps to do. So she thought she'd done this in a workout, then she had to wait for a scoring review, and at the end of the day it came out at 2 points. And it's not, I'm not sitting here and trying to say she was fitter than Tia that year. I mean, Tia, is a worthy champion. Obviously, it was her first title also, but that's how close she's been to winning a couple times. She's comes in right behind Sam in terms of number of event wins at the games, having 7. And in the few off-season events she's done in the last year, she took a 1st and a 3rd. Third was at the Rogue Invitational. The year was online competition, where she was competing at 2 and 3 in the morning, doing those workouts against girls from all over the world. So, again, I think that Cara is, it's a little bit up and down. There's a little bit of misfortune in some of the years for her to not be able to maybe have, even as good as her resume is, it could be better. But she's made it her way over to the U.S. She's got a couple weeks to get ready here, and I think she's poised to have another good performance at the games this year that could only potentially bolster her resume.
The little bit I know all of the athletes from my interactions with them, she is, I don't know what the words are for this. Her competitive nature is crazy. It is so intense. She is, she's a win by any means necessary kind of gal. When Brian and I most recently interviewed her, were you on that podcast where we interviewed her, Brian?
Yeah.
She presents a little more happy-go-lucky than I think she really is. This lady is a warrior. She is. She doesn't mince words. She is. She's not worried about making friends out there. She is. She's a killer. It's really. Something is definitely unique about her.
I agree, and it was. I didn't feel like I could make any case to move her higher up on this list. I did, honestly, as I was talking to you guys about Sam, if someone wanted to move Sam ahead of her, I wouldn't probably dispute it too much. But overall, I think Cara just has a little bit more potential, across the full scope of the test. I know Sam has more event wins in her, but I feel like Sam's more of that up and down performance, whereas Cara has a capability to win events, but there's really few events over the history of her career where she's done poorly relative to the competition field, and she's challenged in more recent years, Tia in ways that few have, and that holds some merit for me.
She also crossed the finish line unconscious one year, and that deserves a standing ovation for sure. That was insane. I think that was in Murph, right? Murph.
That was Murph in 2015. Yeah.
Okay. Do you respect that, Hobart? Oh, Hobart's muted. That's my perfect. No wonder we haven't heard him talking.
Oh, I like this placing a lot.